Are your main generator removal, disassembly, cleaning, inspection, repair, test, assembly, and installation. Toolkit SC494097CLE12 micro undercutter, dial indicator, crankshaft, deflection, strain gauge. Portable propane torch, induction heater, puller set. Test equipment, multimeter, mega ohm meter, dry cleaning solvent, grease, clear acrylic layer, lacquer, red insulation varnish, gray glass enamel, electrical tape, insulation pipe, or wiping rags, personnel required. 3. Condition description: hood removed, blower motor belts removed, drive belts removed, exciter auxiliary generator removed. Alright, warning. Remove rings, bracelets, wristwatches, and neck chains before walking around the locomotive. Jewelry can catch on equipment, cause injury, may short across electrical circuit, and cause severe burns or electrical shock. High voltage is used the operating equipment. Do not misled by the term low voltage. Potential as low as 50 volts may cause death. Set battery switch to open position. Note: if the repair of the main generator is limited to resurfacing communicator, refer to step 54F1 below. Remove 2 covers 1. Remove 4 bolts 2. 3 lock washers 3. 4 cover 4. Remove 8 lock nuts 5. 4 spacers 6. 8 bolts 7. Remove flexible coupling 8. Tag disconnect terminals 9. Remove 2 screws nuts clamp 12. Continuity 13. Use punch mark main generator to engine flywheel. Remove 16 bolts 14. Lock washer 15. Remove 4 base mounting bolts 16, washer 17, 18, 19, 4 nuts 20, 2 dowel pins 21. I refer to technical manual 55, 22, 10, 23, 12. Move exhaust flexible pipe, install lifting eye and suitable lifting devices. Warning: components of a locomotive are heavy and may be awkward to handle. Use correct lifting procedures to indicate lifting device assistance for the other personnel to avoid injury. Caution: use extreme care to prevent main generator damage. Emergency fuel shut off assembly. Move main generator toward air compressor. Slowly lift main generator from base and suitable support device in a horizontal position. Marking location: shim and insulation. Remove shims 22 from the base. Remove retained shims for insulation. Disassembly. Warning: components of the main generator are heavy, may be awkward to handle. Use the correct lifting procedure indicating lifting devices, assistance other personnel to avoid injury. Heated parts may cause injury to person if hand protection is not worn when handling. Wear protective gloves for maximum protection. Note: some parts may be held heated to release from their shrink fit. When this becomes necessary, for use of portable propane towards a portable high hydraulic press and a puller set is recommended for disassembly. 15. Remove 2 cap screws 23, 2 washers 24, clamp 25, tubing 26, 2 pipe elbows 27. Remove nut 28, lock washers 29, reinstall nut to serve as a stop when the pulley 30 is removed. Install pry bars between stator frame 55 and pulley 30. Use torch and heat pulley 30, apply pulley, pressure to pulley, and loosen pulley. Remove nut 828, pulley 30, remove keyway 31 armature shaft, and install lifting eye with the near end of the frame of the main generator. Install heavy duty strap, 1,000-pound minimum capacity through the cover hole of each side of the main generator. Warning: components of the locomotive are heavy and may be awkward to handle. The use correct lifting procedure for the indicated lifting device, assistance for the other personnel to avoid injury. Use suitable lifting devices simultaneously lower the fan end of the raised pulley end until the main generator is in a vertical position with the pulley and facing up slowly. Low main generator to the ground. Remove 8 bolts 32, washers 33. Use spring hold brushes from holder. Lift brushes far enough out of the brush box to prevent them from sliding back against the communicator. Wrap the piece of insulation paper around the communicator to protect it, and while handling, install lifting eyes on each side of the stator frame 55. Use suitable lifting device and slow lifting stator frame assembly 34, armature 43, lower stator frame assembly to the ground, rest on a suitable support device. Install wooden blocks under the bearing cartridge 42 to prevent bearing cartridge from sliding down on the shaft. Remove 6 bolts 35, washer 36. Move outer bearing cap 37, gasket 38. Install puller tapped holds outer bearing stop 39. Remove outer bearing stop. Install pulling bearing cartridge 42. Remove bearing 40, oil slinger 41, bearing cartridge. Install lifting eye and pulley end of the armature 43. Use the hoist lift armature high enough to install lifting eye under the fan or end. Use 2 hoists, simultaneously lower pulley end and raise end of the main generator. Set the armature on suitable supporting device in the horizontal position. Remove 16 bolts 44, washers 45. Use punch and punch mark fan 46 to armature 43 for assembly. Separate the fan 46 for the armature 43. Use punch and punch marker rings for 65 to the stator frame cover 55 for assembly. Use a punch and punch mark stator frame cover 55 to the stator frame 56 for assembly. Disassembly continue. Move 8 bolts 47 lock washer 48. Move 8 bolts 49. 8 lock washers 50. Washers 51. Move 2 bolts 52. Clips 53. Move lifting eyes, install 3 jacking bolts 54 into the stator frame 55. Separate the stator frame cover from the stator frame 656. Remove jacking bolts 54 with the installing lifting eyes. Remove 8 bolts 57, lock washer 58, brush holder 59. Move 8 bolts 60, washer 61. Disconnect brush holder 59, ring assembly 65. Move 8 nuts 62, lock washer 63, T-bars 64. Warning. Components of the locomotive are heavy that may be awkward to handle. Use the correct lifting procedure indicating lift device, the sense of the other personnel to avoid injury, and suitable lift device, and separate stator frame cover with the ring assembly 65. Use punch and punch mark 3 plate for the field connects to the ring assembly 65 for assembly. Cleaning inspection repair. Cleaning inspection repair bearing assembly the following. Dry clean some of the PD 680 is toxic flammable. Wear protective gloves and goggles. Use only when well ventilated areas. Avoid skin and eyes closed. Do not breathe vapors. Do not use near open flame. Excessive heat, flash point of 100 to 138 degrees Fahrenheit. Become dizzy, get fresh air immediately, get medical aid. If contact with the eyes are made, wash your eyes, get medical aid immediately. Compressed air using cleaning purpose will not exceed 30 psi. Do not use the compressed air against skin. Use goggles, full face shield. Use the dry cleaning solvent to remove the grease of the bearing, outer bearing cap, outer bearing stop, oil slinger, bearing cartridge, dry compressed air. Inspect parts for wear, cracks, breaks. Inspect roller crack pits, and inspect parts for the overheating replace that are damaged. Caution: not paint gasket surfaces, paint bearing housing with red insulation varnish. No armature must be repaired at depot maintenance level facility. Cleaning inspection repair armature assembly the following. Dry cleaning solvent PD 680 is toxic flammable. Wear protective goggles and gloves. Use only in well ventilated area. Avoid contact with skin, eyes, and the clothes. Do not breathe vapors. Do not use near open flame. Excessive heat with the flash point of 100 to 138 degrees Fahrenheit. If you become dizzy, get fresh air immediately. Get medical aid. Contact with the eyes. Wash your eyes. Get medical aid immediately. Compress air. Using for cleaning purposes not exceeding 30 psi. Do not use the direct air against your skin. Use goggle, full face shield. Caution: check dry cleaning supplement does not get on the communicator copper parts, coil windings, damage to equipment. The result: blow carbon dust armature assembly with the compressed air. Direct air into the pockets through the opening of the armature. Remove the internal component accumulation of dirt. Use the cloth to dampen the cleaning solvent with the wipe and armature surface to remove the external grease and dirt. Dry with compressed air. Inspect the journal damage for the journal showing the bearing slippage and replace the armature. No, if the varnish surface of the coil insulation damage, repair at depot level the maintenance facility. Inspect the varnish surface for the coil insulation. No, if the band are loose and repair with the depot level the maintenance facility. Check with the bands for the tight and secure with the soldering intact. Use the dial indicator. Check communicator roughness, outer roundness. Communicators outer round of there's 2,000 of an inch variance of the 6-bar span. Inspect surface of wear, burns, and pittings. If these conditions exist, resurface the communicator by the following. Run the commutator by the following method: remove the brush roller, install the grinding equipment, start the diesel engine, run to idle speed. TM 55, 22, 10, 22, 3, 12. Slowly feed the grinding stone and communicator until the light contact is made. Run stones accumulator enough to give it a uniform service. Stop diesel engine. TM 55, 22, 10, 22, 3, 12. Clean the mica underneath a depth of 1/16 to 3/32 of an inch. Mica depth is not within these limits. Use the mica undercut or re-groove mica. Clean slots between the copper bars. Remove burrs. Warning: compressed air used in cleaning purposes will not exceed 30 psi. Do not use direct compressed air against skin. Use goggles, full face shield. Use dry compressed air. Remove loose mica copper from communicator. Caution: do not paint gasket surfaces. Paint surfaces in copper and coil insulation, red insulation varnish. Clean, inspect, repair stator frame assembly by the following. Warning: dry cleaning and solve with the PD 680 with the toxic flammable with the protective goggles and gloves. Use only with well ventilated areas. Avoid contact with the skin and eyes closed. Do not breathe vapor. Do not use near open flame with excessive heat. Flash point of 100 to 138 degrees Fahrenheit. If you become dizzy, get fresh air immediately and get medical aid. In contacts made, wash your eyes, get medical aid immediately. Use a cloth dampened with a dry cleaning solvent to remove the dirt and foreign material from the stator frame and the field assembly. Dry it with compressed air. Check the field coil leads, cable connections are secure. Check that the shut interpole fields are tight. Caution, do not paint gasket surfaces, paint insulation surfaces with red insulation varnish, paint outside surfaces with gray gloss and enamel, clean, inspect, repair brush holder assembly by the following. Warning, dry cleaning some of the PD 680 is toxic flammable. Wear protective goggles and gloves only when the well-ventilated area skin and hands closed and do not breathe vapors, not used near open flame, excessive heat. Flash point 100 to 138 degrees Fahrenheit. Become dizzy, get fresh air immediately and medical aid. Contact with the eyes, wash your eyes, get medical aid immediately. Compressed air used for cleaning purposes not exceed 30 psi. Do not use compressed air against skin. Use goggle full face shield. Dry cleaning stuff with a cleaning brush holder. Assembly dry with compressed air. Inspect brush holder. Wear, crack, and break. Replace the defective brush holder. Inspect insulator breaks, cracks, burns, or dull surfaces. Replace. Use defective insulator pressing off stud and pressing new one on. Install studs with a crack and breaks. Replace the defective studs. Pressing on bush holder and pressing new one in. Inspect spring assembly with a tension check if the braiding is not frayed. Replace the defective spring assembly. Caution, not spray brush contact areas. Paint brush holders with clear acrylic spray. Cleaning inspection, repair ring assembly of the following. Check the insulation is not cracked or blistered. Replace damaged insulation. Check if the fiberglass rings are not cracked or broken. Replace damaged fiberglass rings. Caution, not paint gasket surfaces. Paint assembly with red insulation varnish. Clean, inspect, and repair remaining parts of the following. Warning, dry cleaning some of the PD 680 is toxic flammable. Wear protective goggles and gloves. Use only with a well-ventilated area. Avoid contact with the skin, eyes, and the clothes. Do not breathe vapors. Do not use near open flames. Excessive heat, flash point of 100 to 138 degrees. If you become dizzy, fresh air immediately. Get medical aid. If contact with the eyes are made, wash your eyes. Get medical aid immediately. Compressed air used for the cleaning purpose not exceed 30 psi. Do not use compressed air against skin. Use goggle full face shield. Use dry cleaning stuff with the clean parts with the dry compressed air. Inspect parts for the cracks or break. Replace defective parts. Paint with the red insulation varnish. Caution, not paint machine surfaces, fan inside surfaces of the stator frame cover, inside surfaces of the main generator covers. Caution, not paint gaskets. Paint the following only with gloss enamel coupler assembly, inside surface pulley, outside surface of the main generator covers, outside surface stator frame cover. Refer to table 3.3 main generator arm data. Alright, test. Perform armature stator mega ohm meter testing. The following: a minimum of 500 volts to 1 mega ohm is required for the test. Place lead 1 mega ohm meter 2 on the shaft of the core armature 43. Place lead on mega ohm meter 2. One of the communicator bars not reading on the mega ohm meter. Connect the successive bar around the commutator. Warning, procedure specifying the heating and the cooling parts of the disassembly. Assembly heated with the cool parts may cause injury. Personnel, the hand protection is not worn when handling. Wear protective gloves and maximum protection. If reading of less of the mega ohm is obtained with a bake armature for 4 hours at 230 degrees and conventional armor, recheck mega ohm meter reading after the cool armature is room temperature. If the reading is still low, replace the armature. Attach lead 1 over the mega ohm meter to one exciter lead. Check the attach lead 2 the mega ohm meter to the other exciter lead. Attach the mega ohm meter 1 to stator housing 2. Each exciter lead. Attach lead 1 mega ohm meter to lead GF positive on stator housing. Lead 3 on the mega ohm meter 4 GF negative on the stator housing. No reading on the mega ohm meter. Attach mega ohm meter leading of the GF positive, GF negatives in the stator housing. Repeat steps G through H for the GS, GP, and GN leads. Procedure specify heating of the cooling of the parts. Disassembly and assembly. Heat head and cool parts may cause injury. Personnel hand protection is not worn or handled. Wear protective gloves and maximum protection. If the reading is less than 3 mega ohms in 2 sets of lead, the bag stator for 4 hours at 230 degrees Fahrenheit in conventional. Of the recheck mega ohm meter readings, cooling stator at room temperature. If the readings are still low, replace stator. Perform bar to bar resistance test by the following. Place lead 1 multimeter 2 on shaft core armature. Place lead 3 on multimeter 2 on the communicator bars. Play record reading on the multimeter. Contact excessive bars around the communicator. Record each reading. If the test reads resistant reading 10% more above the average recording readings of 20 or more connections as well, coil leads communicator connections. The test indicates resistant readings of the 1/2 below the average full scale meter deflection multimeter short coil over the armature. Warning, procedure specify heating of the cooling of the parts. Disassembly and assembly heat of the cooling parts may cause injury. Personnel hand protection not worn in handling. Wear protective gloves with a maximum protection. Below average readings can indicate the presence of water in the coil. Then below average readings of obtained bake armature and convention over oven for 4 hours at 230 degrees. Cool room temperature. Repeat steps B. And if reading is still low, replace armature. Alright, assembly. Warning. Components of the main generator heavy may be awkward to handle. Use the correct lifting procedure. Indicate lifting device assistant for the other personnel to avoid injury. Install ring assembly 65 on stator frame 55. Check for the punch marks. Line up with the secure of the 8 T-bars, 64 lock washer, 63 nuts, 62. Install 8 brush holder 59 stator frame 55 with the screw 8 washer 61 bolt 60. Install stator frame 55 on the following. Warning, components of the locomotive are heavy and may be awkward to handle. Correct lifting procedure. Indicate lifting device assistant personnel to avoid injury. Use suitable lifting device. Install stator frame 55 on stator frame 56. Line up punch marks on stator frame 55 with the stator frame 56. Secure the 8 washer 51, lock washer 50, bolts 49. Use 8 bolts 57, lock washer 58. Secure the field 8 brush holders 59. Use 2 clips 53, bolts 52. Secure stator frame 56. Install fan 46 on armature 43. Line up punch marks on the fan armature. Secure the 16 lock washer 45 and the bolts 44. Warning: hate the parts of the injured personnel with the hand protection is not worn. Handle wear protective goggles and gloves. Maximum protection when installation. New bearing check outer race does not stick against the cartridge. If the outer race is tight, the housing must be lapped and loose fit with clearance should be between 1,000 and 2,000 of an inch. Place outer bearing stop at 30 and bearing 40 and oil slinger 41, bearing cartridge 42 on the induction heater heat. Parts to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Install bearing cartridge 42, 41, and 40 on the heater. Install armature shaft holding in place until cool. Fill bearing cartridge 42 on the hole. Half full of grease, full of place space between bearing rollers with grease. Alright, move outer bearing stop 39 from the heater. Install armature shaft against bearing 40. Hold firmly in the place until cold. Fill grease pockets outer bearing cap 37 and a half full. Grease. Install gasket 38. Outer bearing cap 37. Secure the 6 lock washer 36 on bolt 35. Where the stator frame is slightly bearing lowered and armature check with the parts for the line with no binding of the curve for the binding of the parts will cause the damage of the equipment in the shelf of the 3 lifting eyes on the stator frame with a cover 55 on each side. Use the hoist slowly lower the stator frame assembly over the armature assembly 43. Secure the 8 bolts 33 and lock washer 32. Install 2 pile elbows 37 tubing 26 clamp 25. Screw 2 washers 24 cap screws 23. Our procedure specifying heating parts of the aid is some heated parts caused with injury to personnel with the hand protection is not worn when handled. Wear protective goggles, maximum protection. Put keyway 31 in armature shaft. Place pulley 30 on the induction heater heat parts up to 215 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove pulley 30 for the heater assembly. Install armature shaft. Hold pulley firmly until cooled. Install lock washer 29, nut 28. Install brushes. Refer to TM 55, 22, 23, 12. Brush adjustment data. Alright, installation warning. Components of the locomotive are heavy and may be awkward to handle. Use correct lifting procedure. Indicate lifting device assistant for the personnel to avoid injury. Unbalanced generator may cause injury, personnel damage to the equipment. Caution: use extreme caution. Prevent main generator damage. Emergency fuel shut off assembly. Install lifting eye hoist. Main generator lifting main generator on mounting base. Check the shims for the place original positions are marked. Install shim 22. Retain and removal slowly low. Main generator moving toward the engine. Check punch marks. Engine flywheel. Main generator lineup. Install 16 bolts. 14 lock washer. 15 opposite end. Each other tightening and pulling main generator engine flywheel together. Installed main generator on base gear. 4 base mounting bolts. 16 lock washer 19 and 18. Flat washer 17. 4 nuts 20. 2 dowel pins 21. Check alignment of the main generator, engine deflection, engine crankshaft as follows. Use correction, crankshaft deflection, strain gauge, center plate, crankshaft, check, cheeks number 6 throw, record reading, top and bottom dead center. If the reading exceeds 2,000 of an inch, add or subtract shims if necessary. Install shims. Install conduity 13, screw with clamp 12, 2 nuts 11, screws 10, connect terminals 9. And then it shows their picture. Install flexible coupling 8 and secure 8 housing bolts 7, 4 spacers 6, 8 lock washers 5. Install cover 4, lock washer 3, bolts 2. Install 2 covers 1. Alright, and that was your main generator.